Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Sunday morning model cars and coffee. That is a mouthful to say on a Sunday morning, but no, it is great to be back here again for another episode. This is my fifth episode here, my fifth week in a row, participating again the great series created by Paul over at Left Coast Model Car Builds, Left Coast Model Car Builds on YouTube. For this again, thank you, Paul, for the series. I'm going to continue to say every week, thank you very much, because again, it's just an amazing community type of thing that everyone can participate in whenever they can. You don't have to do it every week. You can do it once a month. And you're guaranteed there's going to be a good handful of people who do it every week. So, as I said, it's always content you can look forward to. Excuse me for a moment. While we're on the beverage, the mug this week is a unique one. We got a photo that was kind of caricaturized of a deer. He looks a little weird because his nickname is Shaggy. And have a good one, stay safe. So I won't go into a long spiel on this. You've heard it on and off on my channel the last couple of years. I watch during the winter months. It starts. They can't start before December 16th. December 16th every year up in the state of Maine. People are allowed to have a wildlife deer-like pantry. It's an idea that basically they can provide food for wildlife up there to get them through the harsh winters up there. Many specialists would say they would have a very hard time getting through a hard winter, especially the younger ones, if they didn't have some kind of supplemental food, because it snows and their browse gets all covered and all their natural foods are hard to get to. So, long story short, I'm going to go into a whole separate thing on this one. If you're really, really curious right away, unfortunately, they're getting toward the end of their season because this particular pantry does everything first rate, first class. They feed the deer once a day. It's usually between 8:30 and 9 a.m. in the morning, Eastern time. Again, they're from the state of Maine. The name of the pantry, if you want to look it up on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, they have live stream YouTube 24/7, 365 from December 16th until the deer start to move away. Then they close down, which is probably within the next week or so at the longest. So it's called the Brownville Pantry for Deer, Brownville, Maine, Brownsville, whatever be, you'll find it. If you look in YouTube and just put Deer Pantry, Brownville, it'll come right up. Very cool stuff. So I won't go into a long thing, but they have some merch, and everything is money. The whole thing runs by donations, and there's people from all over the world that watch. Nursing homes, hospitals, schools tune in. Just regular folk like me. So that's it. Sorry, folks, a little rambly on the deer thing, but it is really a cool thing those people are doing, and they're doing it. The part I like is they're doing it first class, super respectful and awesome. Now, on to the model stuff, because that's what you guys want to hear about. This week's model, I got a picture of the box art because I don't actually have the box art anymore. Again, this one falls in that same time frame of what we've been covering lately, right? We've been showing you early 2000 to mid 2000 builds, and this one here behind me, that fits right in that range of time of years and all that good stuff. Small scale again. I think I might have one more small scale that I haven't really featured on the channel, and then we're off the small scale stuff, and we'll be showing you 124, 125th stuff, scale stuff. But again, I wanted to hit all the small ones that you didn't see yet, and that's why we've been covering those. So again, I didn't write down the exact years in those days. I started to, as time went along. I knew exactly what year each build was in. But then, back then, I just did a range, like from 2001 through whatever. So this one was part of that. Anyway, so what we did was, or what this is behind me, it's going to look very familiar to the box art, almost an exact twin, I guess you could say, is a Lindbergh kit, interestingly enough, a 1/32 scale, 1937 Chevy convertible. And there is the picture of the box art if you're interested in this kit. And basically, like I said, it's going to look very familiar here in 3 seconds, because you're going to see I did the exact scheme I used color-wise. Is the box art. I used that. So all that aside, let me give you a close-up here, and we'll talk about what this little build's about. All right. Okay, so here we go. Here is a close-up of this, again, Lindbergh 1/32 scale, 1937 Chevy convertible kit. And again, as you can tell, well, obviously I didn't do as good a job with the build as the box art, but I basically based the exact, color scheme. I'm a little surprised with on this one, and kind of pleasantly surprised with, is how well the wheels were painted, or the rims here in the chrome silver, right? I mean, that's pretty neat, and it's all one piece, right? So you did have to do that by hand, and yet other parts like the top here where the rubber is, like that, is a little wiggity, right? The back here, we got the tail lights. It's got the transparent red. So again, we're moving along in our builds here. As you can see, this was built later than the other one, a couple of them that I've showed. Getting a little more brave, getting a little more confident on what to paint, what not to paint. That's probably one of the biggest errors in painting right there, the white spilling over into the blue for the, I guess that's the boot. I don't always forget what holds the convertible top in place. But yeah, and again, of course, if I could build it today, it would be a lot better. Actually, the front headlights here look a little funky. So again, just a nice little build. Because I was starting, I had gone to shows. Again, I started going to shows. My first model show contest was in April of 2001. I was able to see these kits, available, because I really didn't know anything about this stuff until I went to a model show. I didn't know anything about 1/43 scale or 1/32 scale. And I mean, I know a little bit about it, but certainly the availability of stuff like that was very limited, locally. Your neighborhood. I don't even remember what hobby shop I was going to at that time. But at the shows, you had so many options. And I probably picked this guy up for $5 back at a show, back in the day. These would range anywhere from $3, $5, or $10 a lot of times, these 1/32 scale kits. And I was always, and even to this day, I always look for them. I have a ton of really cool, different genres, maybe not model cars and trucks, but I have all kinds of things. I know I have a wagon with a couple horses, and I know I have another kind of old Western themed, I don't know what scale they're in, but they're small scale, obviously. So yeah, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, basically that's it, folks. There's not a lot to talk about this week on this one. Let's take another sip of my beverage. So let me just take a moment, and because it is Sunday, March 16th, let me wish all of you who are Irish descent and all that good stuff a very happy St. Patrick's Day to you specifically, and also let me extend a happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody else, like myself, who is not Irish, but of course, we all make the excuse to be Irish for a day, or in this case, a weekend, right? Because the holiday falls on a Monday. So again, everyone, please have a great time. And be very safe. Be smart, be safe, but do enjoy yourself. And that's it for this week, okay? Cheers.